iPadOS 26.1 Beta 2 is out right on schedule as we anticipated, exactly 2 weeks after Apple dropped the initial beta. Now, if you follow the channel, you know we did not discover any new features really in that build, and it looks like Beta 2 is going to continue that trend. But first things first, jumping into settings, general, and about, you can see this version has an e-build at the end with a full build number of 23B505-9E. This is kind of significant that it is an e-build because we are already close to the beginning of the alphabet here, and that is how Apple really gauges their betas, letting you know when it's closer to a release. We'll talk about a full release schedule here in a second and what you can anticipate, but before we jump into any of that, let's go ahead and check out iPad storage and see the system data usage right now. And you can see it's actually improved. It is only at 8.28 gigs, which is significantly less than what we have on our iPhones, whether it's our 17 Air or our 17 Pro Max, so that is good to see. And iPadOS is taking up 13.58 gigs total, with 13.3 being the OS itself, and then Apple Intelligence strangely only being 280 megabytes. Pretty interesting for an Apple Intelligence enabled device. This is an M4 iPad Pro, so I'm not sure why that is, but that is significantly lower than any other Apple Intelligence device we've used. Now, having said all that, again, not too much new here. Let's go ahead and do our typical song and dance, jump around a little bit, and see how everything works and operates. But you can see right now it is actually loading a little slower than usual. Going into that, let's go into the Stocks app. Everything seems to be working pretty much well in here. Let's go to a different article that we can scroll through. Let's try to resize these windows. Okay, that's pretty fast. That's actually a big improvement, including going to full screen over Beta 1. I was kind of getting a little bit lag there. But with battery life on Beta 1, we had no problems at all. And it looks to be that Beta 2 hopefully will continue that trend as well. If we go into the Music app, you can see one of the other big changes on the scroll bar down here. You can actually scroll from left to right to change tracks. But again, these were all things that were present in Beta 1, not new for Beta 2. And if you look at, actually, let's go to the control center itself. It looks like, yeah, Liquid Glass looks the same here. Not too much even changed in regards to that. And then this all shouldn't be surprising because if we jump into the developer.apple website here, on the release notes, take a look at how minimal these are. You have background assets, resolved issues, game controller has a resolved issue, HealthKit does have a new feature, resolved issue as well. Keyboard has a known issue that says you are unable to select diacritical marks and character variants. With keyboard, the base character is inserted instead of its intended variant. Nearby interaction has a new feature as well. Siri has multiple known issues. Swift UI has a new feature, but two other resolved issues, and a known issue that still remains, and then a UI kit. That's it. I'm not going to go through all these one by one because you can easily go into the website and read them yourself, but that's it for a 0.1 release, the first big release of the new iOS, iPadOS, watchOS. It's all been minimal. It's kind of a little disappointing. Usually a .1 release is expected to have some new features. Dialer did get a little bit of a different redesign with a more liquid glass look, but guys, there is not too much else here. So really don't want to drag the video on beyond that, talking about features that aren't present. But if you actually were to go and we were going to look at the month here, let's talk about what we can expect next. Traditionally, we would be on a bi-weekly release schedule, and we wouldn't anticipate another beta coming till the 20th or so of the month, which is 2 weeks from today. But thanks to this already being an e-build, we could see a actual release next week, not on the 13th because it is Columbus Day, it's a holiday here in the US, but possibly as soon as the 14th. So I would anticipate something new coming sooner than later. But let me know, drop a comment down below, guys. What do you think? How is iPadOS 26.1 treating you if you're running the betas? Are you happy with it? Are you happy with iOS right now with this update? Feels like they just released a ton of new hardware. There will be new iPads dropping here in the near future, possibly, in addition to Macs, but it feels like it was a quick money grab. They got us on the new hardware train. We spent all the money on those, and now these updates are going to be kind of slow. No new Apple Intelligence features as promised, and a lot to be desired. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.